Hello friends, I am Dr. Chitra Kamath from the KJ Somaya College of Science and Commerce. Today we will discuss about electromagnetic radiation and electromagnetic spectrum, which are useful in the study of spectroscopy of organic compounds. What is electromagnetic radiation? Electromagnetic radiation is radiant energy that displays the properties of both particles and waves. There are different types of electromagnetic waves that make up the electromagnetic spectrum, like the UV rays, ultra visible light, gamma rays, microwaves, etc. The next slide shows us a schematic diagram of the electromagnetic spectrum. Here you can see that as we go from left to right, the wavelength of the electromagnetic radiation increases. And as you go from right to left, the energy of the electromagnetic radiation increases. Thus, the electromagnetic radiation, which has lowest or the shortest wavelength, has got the highest energy, and the electromagnetic radiation, which has got the longest wavelength, has got the least energy. Thus, gamma rays are very powerful or have high energy, and the radio waves have got least energy. The gamma rays are emitted from the nuclei of some radioactive elements, and because of their high energy, they can severely damage the organisms. X-rays are less harmful than gamma rays because they have higher wavelengths than gamma rays, but they are harmful in high doses. The UV light is responsible for sunburn. Repeated exposure to UV light leads to skin cancer because it is capable of damaging the DNA molecules in the skin. The visible light is the electromagnetic radiation that we all see. IR radiation is felt as heat. The radio waves have lowest energy. Radio waves are used in transmission of radio and TV signals. They are also used in NMR spectroscopy, and they are used in magnetic resonance imaging, that is the MRI. The next slide shows us nature and properties of electromagnetic radiation. As the name suggests, the electromagnetic radiation has got two components, an electric field and a magnetic field. These two components are in planes at right angles to each other. Next, we go to the properties of electromagnetic radiation in its waveform. Frequency is defined as the number of crests of the wave that pass a point per second. The SI unit of frequency is reciprocal second, which is also known as hertz. Wavelength is the distance between two adjacent crests or troughs of the wave. The SI unit of wavelength is meters, although in some cases such as for gamma rays, X-rays, UV light, visible light, etc., the wavelength is expressed in units of nanometer. The velocity in vacuum of all the electromagnetic radiations is the same, that is velocity of light, 2.998 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. All these three are related to each other by the following equation. That is, velocity is equal to wavelength into frequency. Let us now examine some of the properties of the electromagnetic radiation in the particle form. The particle of electromagnetic radiation, which is quantized, is called as a photon. The energy of the photon is given by the equation E is equal to h nu, in which h is the Planck's constant, that is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules per second. Now, E is equal to h nu and C is equal to lambda nu. Thus, E is also equal to hc upon lambda. where we are substituting nu by c upon lambda. So we can say that from equation 1, E is directly proportional to frequency. And from the equation E is equal to hc upon lambda, we can conclude that energy is inversely proportional to the wavelength. So as the wavelength increases, the energy decreases. The SI unit of energy is joule, although many a times it is also expressed in units of kilojoules per mole. Now, in some of the radiations like infrared radiation, the peaks are expressed in terms of wave numbers. So here when we want to calculate the energy, uh, we will substitute the 1 by lambda in the energy equation by wave number, and we can get the energy which is associated with a particular wave number. Thank you very much.